So it's Sunday at Otakon.
It is Sunday at Otakon.
How was your Otakon?
Fun. I like Otakon. I love Otakon. The fans have been great. The crowd's been nice and chill. The staff's organized, awesome and well put together. Yeah, Ota's dope. I was here 2 years ago. It was my first con that I was ever asked to be an actual guest at after Anime Expo. Yeah, I love Otakon.
Awesome. And you survived the weather.
Oh, man. I gotta be real. I really only walked from my hotel to the convention center, which is about 75 yards, and I think that was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty brutal. We had dinner outside last night at night, and it still felt like I was in a sauna.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. There was a little bit of a breeze off the harbor, but ooh, man, it's hot and muggy here. We got the heat in California, but we don't have
You don't have that humidity.
We don't have that humidity. Woo.
So let's talk a little bit about one of your latest castings, which is Digimon Adventure Tri.
Oh, yeah.
As Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Digimon is a super important series to me, but...
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got my Digivice watch on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's it like to come into a series, a franchise that so many people my age sort of grew up watching?
Well, you do know my first anime was Sailor Moon, so
well, right.
So I'm not exactly new to that part of it.
Right, absolutely.
No. I whenever I walk into one of these shows that I know has a fan following built in already, I'm extra cautious to. Not to say I don't always do my best. I always do my best, but I try to treat it with a little bit more care. So I'll typically go back and listen to what's been done before, and then decide how I'm going to honor that or deviate from it.
Right.
And then mostly, the great part is the director of Digimon, the voice director, has been doing all of Digimon forever.
Right.
So I'm really lucky with this one. I didn't have to do too much research because I knew I would be walking into a situation where there was going to be somebody there who knew more about it than I ever could, who cares so much about it. And that's one of the great parts about Studiopolis is they take a great care in their casting and then their staffing.
Right.
And so having her there as a director is fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is the process to doing a film series like the Tri films any different from doing a series? Nah.
And it's structured like films, but it's packaged like films, but they're structured like episodes.
Right.
It's pretty much every film is like 4 episodes. So they're just built in arcs. And any good show anyway is going to be built like that. So basically you're just doing the arcs of a series that get packaged and processed into film form.
Okay.
So, I think there's 6 movies, right?
That are
planned, which means 4 episodes per movie, which means 24 episodes, which is a standard full season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spread out over the course of a few years.
Yeah, and from my standpoint, the episodes never really matter to me. It's just the story arc.
Right.
Yeah. When it comes time for me to do my job.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Sailor Moon, Tuxedo Mask.
Oh, yeah.
When they announced the redub, there was some chatter amongst the fan base as far as was it warranted and a little bit of controversy, I thought.
Sure.
Did you consider that at all coming into the role, or was this just another job?
No, not just another job.
Right.
I definitely understood the importance of it because of the fandom and because of what they were trying to do. But, the difference between ours and the original dub is that we have one solidified, cohesive cast for the entire 200 episodes, films, and we're doing Crystal.
Right.
And the show has never fully been released before.
Right.
There's bootlegs and there's old VHS but you've got 3 to 4 different casts, and you have a ton of missing episodes, especially in the first 2 seasons.
Right.
And you don't have stars at all.
Right.
And,
yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah. So how do you do it? And the way you do it is you're not going to get all those people back, and even if you got them back, some of them aren't going to fit the roles anymore.
Because it's been 20 years.
Yeah. It's not to say that they couldn't. Some of them definitely couldn't. But most of them definitely could.
Right.
Absolutely. But they're also in Canada.
Right.
And which is another problem. So from a production logistics standpoint, I totally understand why of this recast was done.
Right.
And what you're getting in return for that is a whole new group of actors who are really passionate about it, who can promote it, and also a completely uncut, uncensored, unchanged, un-Americanized version of Sailor Moon as it was meant to be seen, with an English cast that was approved by the creator of the manga and the anime. She literally hand approved everyone who was cast as main roles. So from that standpoint, we weren't really too worried about it. So much care went into producing it that at this point we're just cruising.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about One Punch Man, which
sure.
is another series that by the time it had finished airing in Japan, it already had a huge American following, and now it's on Toonami and all this other stuff.
We're bigger in America than it is in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of the nature of that it's a parody. It's definitely a parody.
Yeah.
But it's also just so good by itself.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised at all that it's such a hit in the States.
Right.
At all. It's intrinsically good, and to be in that midnight block of Toonami is like, for me, it's awesome. For someone who started doing anime, just 2 years ago.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Excellent. Anything else coming down the line for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, in addition to, in that same block, I'm in Iron Blooded Orphans Gundam right after that at 12:30. And we'll have season 2 of Seven Deadly Sins coming at some point or another. I've got a bunch of video games coming out from Western releases to JRPGs. I can't really say what they are, but let's just say they're a couple of big JRPGs.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you like the internet, just hang out on there for a little bit while, and you'll find out what they are.
Right.
And I'm doing 3 new shows. A new show for Nickelodeon, a new show for Disney, and a new show for Cartoon Network. All of which I can't say what they are, but they're fun.
Yeah, I mean, you've already been on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
I had a show. It's still airing.
Right.
On Nickelodeon since 2012, called Breadwinners. It's a blast. It's really cute. Kids love it. I was on Star Wars Rebels and Avengers Assemble, and so I do Western animation as well. That's kind of where I started.
Right.
So, and even though anime is new for me, I've been doing voiceover for a long time. So I'm excited to do some more leading roles in other kinds of cartoons as well.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, you're great. Thanks for everything.